Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's guide, I'll walk you step by step through the process of canceling your Google Workspace account in 2025. So yes, if you're thinking of canceling your Google Workspace account in 2025, maybe your free trial is ending or you're switching to a different provider. This video is your complete step-by-step guide. I'll walk you through everything. Stopping your billing, exporting your data for backup purpose, and making sure you don't lose access to your domain or email settings. And if you're switching to another provider, like Zoho Mail or Outlook, check the links in the description or in cards above. First thing first, why many users choose this cancellation. Here are the drawbacks of Google Workspace. While Google Workspace has many benefits and features, it also has some limitations that you should be aware of. Here are a few examples. Learning curve. One potential limitation of Google Workspace is that it has a steep learning curve for users who are not familiar with the platform. This can be a challenge for your IT teams during the onboarding of new employees or training existing ones, as it can take time and effort to master the various tools and features. Limited offline functionality. Google Workspace tools are designed to be used online, which means that their functionality can be limited when internet connectivity is poor or unavailable. Limited customization options. While Google Workspace applications are highly configurable, you may have limited control over the underlying software and are unable to make more significant customizations or modifications to the platform. Price. Although Google Workspace is relatively affordable, the pricing can add up for larger organizations or if you have more specialized needs, such as additional storage or more advanced features. So let's again proceed to cancellation ways. Maybe you've just finished your 14-day free trial, or your team has decided to switch to another platform. Whatever the reason, this guide is for you. By the end of this video, you'll not only know how to cancel your Workspace account correctly, but you'll also learn how to avoid hidden charges, save your data, and prevent common mistakes many users make. Quick reminder, if you find this video useful, be sure to like it and subscribe. It helps the channel reach more people just like you. So let's begin. Check your admin role and account access. First things first, make sure you're logged in as the primary admin. That's usually the account that created the Workspace subscription, typically ending with something like admin@yourdomain.com. In my case, it is admin@pmntechfix.nl. If you're logged in as a secondary user or assigned admin, you might not have full permissions to cancel subscriptions or access billing. To confirm this, go to admin.google.com. If you're redirected or denied access, you're not an admin. Here's a tip. Try logging in from a private incognito window if you have multiple Google accounts. Google often mixes sessions, and that causes confusion during cancellation. Once you're inside the admin console, let's move on. Step 1. Download and back up all your data. Before we even touch the cancel button, let's talk about data. Google will delete all your emails, Drive files, contacts, calendars, and docs once cancellation is complete. There's no getting it back afterward. Here's what you should do. Go to takeout.google.com while logged in. Select services like Gmail, Google Drive, and Contacts. Choose Export Once and select .zip or .tgz format. Google will email you a download link when the export is ready. If you're using multiple users, have each of them log in and perform the same export. Or as an admin, use the Data Export tool in the admin console for bulk exports. Take your time with this. Losing important data is one of the most common regrets. Step 2. Cancel your Google Workspace subscription. Now comes the core part, canceling the plan. Here's how to do it. In the admin console, click Billing in the left menu. Under Subscriptions, click your active plan, usually Google Workspace Business Starter or similar. Now click Cancel Subscription. You'll see a short survey. Answer it or skip. Then confirm your cancellation. Important warning: if you don't cancel properly and your trial ends, Google will charge the payment method automatically, even if you haven't used the service. Once canceled, your service will stay active until the end of your billing cycle or trial period, after which access is suspended. And remember, you can still undo cancellation before the final date if needed. Step 3. Remove custom domains from Google Work. This is one step most users skip, but it's important. When you first signed up, you verified a custom domain like mybrand.com using DNS settings. If you're moving to another provider like Zoho Mail or Outlook, you'll need to remove Google's verification entries from your DNS records. Here's how. Log in to your domain provider like GoDaddy, Namecheap, or Squarespace. For quick tutorial on this, check link in cards above. Go to DNS settings. Delete any TXT records related to Google site verification and remove any MX records pointing to Google. If you don't, Google might still interfere with your email delivery even after cancellation. Also, don't forget to change your name servers if they were pointing to Google directly. Final cleanup and follow-up steps. Even after canceling Workspace, your Google account, like Gmail or YouTube, still exists. Only the paid services are removed. Here are some optional steps. Remove any Google Workspace apps from your browser or mobile. Notify your team or clients if your email is changing. Update your website contact forms if they were pointing to Google Workspace email. If you used Google Chat or Meet, export chats or recordings if needed. One more thing. If you want to downgrade instead of canceling, you can switch to a cheaper Workspace plan instead of deleting everything. Click this link above to go with this. If you're fully done and don't want to keep even the admin account, go to Account Settings, delete your organization's account. This will wipe your Workspace profile and you won't be able to access Admin Console again. Remember, even after deletion, some billing records or data might stay in Google's internal systems for compliance, but your account will no longer be active or charged. Quick reminder, if this guide is helping so far, consider giving it a like. It really helps support the channel and helps others find this. And if you're switching to another provider, like Zoho Mail or Outlook, check the links in the description. I've done easy setup guides for them too. Before we wrap up, here are 3 quick tips if you're moving away from Google Workspace. Always verify that your domain registrar settings are updated, especially MX records, so your emails don't bounce. Save any shared drive files that aren't owned by your account. They might disappear when your Workspace shuts down. If you had Google Workspace email connected to mobile devices, go ahead and remove those accounts too, so you don't get sync errors. Bonus tip: if you added your custom domain to Google Workspace, make sure to remove it. Otherwise, it stays tied to this account and you can't reuse it elsewhere easily. And that's it. You've officially canceled Google Workspace the right way. If this guide helped you, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and check the links in the description for related tutorials, like how to switch to Zoho Mail or how to get a refund from Google Workspace. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.